So we're going to cover the 17 UN SDGs, which are the United Nations 17 Sustainability Development Goals. The UN SDGs are 17 agreed goals that provide a better and brighter future and more sustainable future for all by 2030. These goals are interconnected global goals and agreed by all members of the United Nations. The goals cover all aspects of areas shown in the image here, so there's 1 to 17 areas. They cover things from poverty to clean water to preserving life on land, in the ocean, etc. The summit meeting of this received great media interest and encouraged a large topic of conversation for many people in all aspects. So, how have we been doing since September 2015?
Eight years left to end poverty and hunger, to halve global emissions. It didn't start out as planned. We're not moving in the right direction. Years of progress lost in the pandemic. Escalating conflicts, climate breakdown. So where are we now? For decades, we successfully fought poverty. Now it's on the rise, again. 1 out of 10 suffer from hunger, more people than ever forced out of their homes. Climate disasters increasing. Droughts alone estimated to displace 700 million people by 2030. This year, CO2 emissions hit a new record. At this rate, annual emissions will be 14% higher in 2030. Meanwhile, fossil energy receives $700 billion in subsidies from governments. Safe water and sanitation not made accessible fast enough. Progress must quadruple to cover all people by 2030. Women are held back at all levels. At this pace, by 2030, 825 million children won't have secondary level education. Human rights, health and equality all hurt in the wake of war and disaster. Disrupted economies, food and energy crisis and galloping costs of living damage global solidarity. Everything interconnected. Everyone intertwined. Business as usual won't cut it. Even though we made progress before, going back to pre-pandemic ways is not enough. We need a new paradigm built on the pillars of our 17 goals. Rethink conventions, flip the orthodoxies. Governments, organizations, corporations, citizens of the world, snap out of it. It's time for bold climate action. To act for women and girls, for social justice and inclusion. Scale up the transition to renewable energy. Create 85 million green jobs. Phase out fossil fuel subsidies and tax carbon. $2.8 trillion. Keep your promises. Support developing nations. Write off debts. Free up $1 trillion for climate resilience, people and communities. $500 billion for Africa to achieve universal energy access by 2030. Commit to a circular economy now. New resilient food systems. They can cut waste by 17%. Strengthen domestic financial institutions. Make insurance insurance and banking accessible to everyone. Scale up the digital transformation to educate the 1.6 billion kids who missed school in the pandemic. Educate girls, including the 150 million not in school now. Ensure women's equal share of decision-making. Eliminate discrimination against female workers and boost productivity by 40%. We cannot afford to leave anyone behind. We have a to-do list. We have the resources. 8 years to reach our goals. We're on this planet together. So let's work together. Let's get the list done.
It's one of my favourite videos, that video. Absolutely love it. So, from the video, we can pull some very basic facts and statistics. Climate breakdown, 1 out of 10 people are suffering from poverty and hunger, 300 years till gender equality. I find that absolutely insane. And the CO2 emissions are at their new highest record. 300 years to gender equality absolutely baffles me. It's astounding. When you look at it in a greater depth, that's 10 generations until gender equality. Can we wait that long? Should we wait till 23, 25 for that? Will we wait that long? With the Gender Equality Act established in 2010, why should we have to wait that long? On the 27th of March 2025, the BBC published a report to highlight the significant increase in children living in low relative income households. The figure released by the Department for Work and Pensions is a significant increase from the previous report published in 2023, with a 31% increase in the UK alone. The statistic is very scary, and with only 19% left between this becoming nearly half of all of the UK. Can you imagine a classroom of primary school children in the UK with half of them living in poverty and hunger? Global warming. We have an idea about global warming from recent media focus on protests and demonstrations by a variety of groups such as vegans, Just Stop Oil, and environmental activists such as Extinction Rebellion. While these demonstrations raise awareness, the manner through they're carried out in sort of distorts the image and the impact that they're trying to make. So here's the meat of what they're trying to say. CO2 and other gases are already building in the atmosphere, and in Paris 2015, all of 200 countries met to agree a target with a set date and end goal to prevent global increase in temperature. The target was to prevent global temperatures rising more than 1.5 degrees. From the recent report completed by the Met Office, while this year is set to see a reduction in global temperatures, this does not dismiss the possibility of exceeding the original goal of 1.5 degrees. 2024 was one of the warmest years on record, not leaving much room for 2025 and adding even more possibility to us exceeding this global temperature goal. So, how can we achieve these together? As a business, there's a multitude of contributions that we can make to reach the UN's SDG goals. As we all know, every little helps, and starting small makes a big impact. Ensuring equality for all by equal pay no matter your gender, helping to reduce the possibility of the gender pay gap within our business alone and the industry as a whole. While you cannot make this extinct, you can lead the way by showing others what to do. The business also ensures staff are paid fairly and typically above the minimum wage to ensure staff are not pushed into poverty and hunger. As we all know, when staff are happy at home, they're happy at work. Financial assistance. Cameron also offers financial assistance to staff that need it. This can be helped with understanding your monthly outgoings, helping you to budget and plan your expenses so that your wages last longer and can sort of supply your family as you need them to. These conversations to help people financially have to start somewhere. So we provide these services usually free through our business and an independent body who is trained and qualified to help these people. We also offer an open door policy to ensure staff have access to raise concerns and ask for help when it's needed. Shifting our business activities to become more environmentally sustainable. A heavy focus of our client base at the moment is rainwater harvesting. While this contributes to the concern of clean water, this will not alone improve access to water for all. The company could consider supplying materials or labour to charities such as Gurkha Welfare Trust or others like WaterAid to assist with these. Other environmental assistance could be moving our offices to paperless practices, considering the viability of electric vehicles and research into alternative materials that could be used to replace current plastic or non-recyclable fittings. What ideas do you think our business could consider? What can you do? Be conscious of your footprint on the planet. Start small and work your way from there. These all contribute towards the end goals of the UN SDGs. This could be anything from recycling more at home, turning the tap off when you're brushing your teeth, to using undrunk water to watering your plants and other bits around the house. You also could only purchase items and food you know that you need to reduce your landfill waste. Remember, you can always top up throughout the week, but you can't take it back. You can ask others. Asking others what they're doing to contribute to these goals. Yes, it can feel a little off topic, a little awkward maybe. However, starting the conversation somewhere will stop the awkwardness and encourage others to think actively about what they're going to do to help. It will open the door to sharing different approaches, collaboration, and new ideas that you may not have considered before. And what will you do? Difference between the will and the could there. While there are many ideas we can think of to help, it's important to understand the practicalities of the ideas in our everyday lives. An ideal may be for everyone to own an electric car. While that's great, there's barriers to this concept. The main barrier being the finances to purchase this vehicle, let alone putting in the EU charging point, paying for the electric each month. Rather than focusing on this, what are other ways we could contribute to that idea? Maybe use public transport, or walk to your destination if you can. You could also consider if the journey is necessary. Could it be tied in with something else on another day? Could you ask someone for a lift, rather than taking your own car? Are you a smoker? Maybe ensuring you put your butt in the bin rather than leaving it on the floor. This will contribute to a cleaner and safer environment for our wildlife, both on land and on sea. You could also ensure others follow this by encouraging them to practice the same. Recycling. Recycle offcuts and other recyclable materials at home and at work. Our business offers a free-to-use skip, and the skip is from a recycle company who tip the skip and sort the contents of the skip within the skip yard. All the materials are separated into relevant piles and then are recycled appropriately at sent-off facilities. Any scrap metal is collected and sent to the scrapyard, and we have a small general waste bin that we have collected every 2 weeks rather than every week. You can also educate your family and friends. Educate your family and friends about the 17 United Nations Sustainability Goals. Speak to your wives, your daughters, your grandma about the gender pay gap. Make it okay for them to voice their concerns and opinions. Ensure knowledge of the right to education and fair treatment. Back them when they need your help. While you hope everyone receives fair treatment, it's not possible to assume that this will always happen. By educating your friends and family, you open the door to shared knowledge, a shared understanding of rights and how to take action and support when these rights are infringed. What will you do to contribute to these 17 goals? Thank you.
Well done. All good.
Thank you.